Thank you, Luciano, for being here, and it's great to have Swiss Re on stage as part of the TCS Innovation Forum in Brazil. I was having a chat with Luciano that there has been a very long relationship between TCS and Swiss Re across the world and very deep in Brazil as well. So it's wonderful to have your views here. So the world of insurance and reinsurance is all about managing risk by understanding large amounts of data. The theme of this conference is intelligence, machine first, AI, data, and so on. So how is Swiss Re managing your business in this new world of data, artificial intelligence, analytics, and so on?
Well, first of all, Ananth, thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here and to participate in this forum. As you said, we have a long-term relationship with TCS, the entire group, and when we talk about insurance and reinsurance, we mainly talk about managing risks. The purpose of Swiss Re is to make the world more resilient. So when we think about risk, you think about, in the first moment, this big catastrophes we see around the world, and we have a lot of data and also research showing that we have more and more frequency of natural catastrophes happening across the world, and so the severity is also larger. So this brings a lot of attention on how can we manage risks, especially because when we measure what is actually insured, we see that it's still a very tiny portion. It's less than 25% of the losses you have are actually insured. So this brings, I think, on the entire industry. We had this morning my colleague from Zurich here speaking. So I think a lot of ideas to the industry, how really to utilize technology and all this new information that we have to really model better the risks we have. When we talk about insurance and reinsurance and the industry, it's a lot about data. And I think more and more the companies are moving from what we call historic modeling to a predictive modeling. So how can we model the data and predict what is going to happen? And this is related to risks. We talk a lot about emergent risks. And there are risks that we know and risks that we can transfer. And this, we have clients here that probably transfer the risks to insurance companies, but there are risks that are still unknown to everyone, including the society. We have the cyber risk that is still new for us, but as I said, also the natural catastrophe risks. So I think that's the first thing I'll talk about data. I think we are definitely switching from historical to more predictive modeling. And I think just before we join here, you're talking about autonomous cars as well. So there's also something related to the industry, the automobile industry, that car insurance is motor insurance. It's the most popular in Brazil and the same in Latin America. So definitely there is a trend to change from the behavior of the driver to what you actually have in terms of technology in the car installed. And we do have, as a Swiss Re, an initiative to really make sure that you can actually use the technology that is embedded in the car to assess the risk. You're right, it's about the liability you were saying, some different things that you really need to assess risk in a different way you used to do in the past.
This wave of technology, and I'm sure the audience has had a very vast view of all kinds of technology advances. In the TCS Business 4.0 framework that we were briefly talking about, there is a term called agility, because there are so many choices you have to make, and you can't spend a lot of time on any one of them. You have to be very quick and responsive. How have you adopted this behavior of agile in Swiss Re?
That's needed. We need to respond quicker to developments in our industry, and in our case, I would split, let's say, technology in three different areas for the insurance industry. The first one is the distribution. How can we use technology to distribute the products? The third one, it's the analytics we mentioned, and then we have everything about the operational efficiency. So the industry is under a lot of pressure to cost reductions. And we do have a number of projects that brings technology and initiatives that can optimize the process we have in an insurance company. So In our case, we have the agile concept implemented for implementing new projects in the company and also for the legacy systems. So that's something we do very successfully. And this is related to the different tools that we have. So we use robotics, for example, for these more repetitive functions that we have in the company. We use a lot of digitalization. The insurance industry is a very traditional one. Used to be a lot of paper driven, so you could cross the streets in London and see these people running with these piles of papers to be signed in the Lloyd's syndicate. So this is changing very quickly. So we are a paperless company. So we digitalize all the documents, and now we start to use text mining to better understand the data we have, and to especially improve the quality of the service we provide to our customers.
The focus of TCS's innovation strategy has a very strong link to startups and smaller companies, which can be very much more agile and focused on specific things. Now, your industry is worldwide is growing, and as you said, the opportunity to insure lots more people is there. With that growth in mind, are you seeing the so-called insurtechs coming into your space? Are you partnering with them? Are you buying them? What's your view on that part of the innovation agenda?
Absolutely, Aman. There are a number of insurtechs appearing in the world. We do interact a lot with them, especially because when you think about insurance, different from other products, nobody is really willing to buy insurance. So who here would really wake up in the morning and say, I want to buy a car insurance, motor insurance? Nobody's doing that. So I think the challenge we have as an industry is how to embed the risk protection in something people want to buy, being a smartphone or a tablet or a computer, a car, so that when you buy this product, you buy the product with protection. And a number of insurtechs are helping us in these ideas of how can we explore the ecosystems we related with. So clients of ours that can have a database of clients where we can provide not only insurance but solutions combined with the products that our partners are selling to their customers. I think that's where we can bring technology and all these initiatives to help us accessing clients that in principle would not think about buying insurance, but once they want to be protected.
So the opportunity of delivering a very good focused customer experience, either with yourself or with the fintechs or insurtechs, is what is drawing you to this partnering way. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to take you back finally to the first set of points that you raised, that insurance is about managing risk, especially the big risks, the catastrophic risks and so on, and reinsurance works closely with the insurance value chain. How has the view of this vast amount of data which is available changing the world of reinsurance, catastrophic risk modeling, and so on? Is there any thoughts that you'd like to share?
I think maybe one example we could use is fraud detection, for example. So we all know that many times the experience of a customer with an insurance company is not the best, and this happens pretty much because one of the main concerns of an insurance company is to detect the fraud. So every time you file a claim, people are saying, well, where could be here risk to the insurance company? So I think we are changing now from a sample approach where we were auditing a few cases to try to detect fraud, to go into more analytical thing, really using heavy machine learning to predict any type of fraud you could have, and really to try to provide a better experience to customers in general, I would say even to improve the reputation of the industry, because everybody that has to claim something with an insurance company is not usually in the best moment, probably suffering something, either a physical or a material pain. So how can we smooth this experience? And I think this is possibly one of the areas I see a lot of room to improve using intelligence and machine learning to detect fraud in the industry.
Excellent. So this has been a great view from a CEO's position. For many of you who are CIOs or CTOs, I wish Luciano is the typical Brazilian CEO. You know, I have not heard CEOs talk about machine learning, intelligence, experience, data, fintechs in such an easy way. Congratulations. No wonder Swiss Re is such a wonderful
Thank you very
company.
much, Aman, for the invitation. A nice conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Luciano.
Thank you, Aman. Very nice.